Good morning and welcome to Explore Within Coaching. I'm Oceana. Today I want to talk about the self-love check-in. How do you know you're loving yourself? There's a few things that you can start to question and feel into, and that'll let you know whether or not you're loving yourself or if you have some areas in which you need to start loving yourself more. If you have a pen and paper handy, you can grab that. I'm going to give you 10 quick ways to check in with yourself. The first one is, are you surrounding yourself with positive people? People who love and support you, who are your biggest cheerleaders. They're not afraid to call you on your shit, but they're also there to cheer you on. And it doesn't matter if you're coming in last place of that marathon, they are there cheering like you just came in first. Those are the people you want in your life. Are you taking care of your basic needs? Getting up, showering, eating healthy meals, exercising, getting to bed at a decent hour. These are all things that we do when we love ourselves because we want ourselves to be at our best in every given moment. And if we're not eating healthy and we're not exercising and we're not getting enough sleep, we're not at our best. Number 3, are you comparing yourselves to others? If you're answering yes to this, you need to work on loving yourself a little bit more. We aren't anyone else. And when we compare ourselves to the left and to the right, we're not centered. And if we're not centered, we aren't performing at our absolute best. Number 4 would be that you're not afraid or embarrassed or ashamed to express what your needs are. You're okay asking for what you need or stating what you don't need. This is really healthy. If we are afraid of expressing our desires or expressing our requirements in order to be safe and healthy, again, safe, then we're not showing ourselves love. Number 5, we all have a tape in our head that plays around and around, and it tells us things. And if your tape is spewing off a bunch of negative talk, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, that's not self-love. But if you find that your negative tape has started turning into a positive tape, so come on, we can do this, feel the fear and do it anyways. There's so many things it could be saying. Or even if you find that you're having a negative thought, but you're able to flip that thought around right away. So for example, I've been losing weight quite quickly over the last few months, and my body's changing as a result of that. And so when I look in the mirror and I see my skin isn't as firm as it used to be, I can start going into this, oh, that doesn't look very good. And I've had to stop myself and say, no, my body is changing and I love it. So it's not that negative thoughts don't come up. It's just that when they do come up, we're changing them into positive messages. That's a sign of self-love. Another sign of self-love is going after what you want. It means if you want that promotion, you're going to work towards it and you're going to ask for it. Or you're going to show that you deserve it. You're not afraid to stand out in a crowd. And you're not afraid to go for what it is that you want. Next is you are comfortable with yourself. Now, what does that mean? It's more than just being comfortable in your own skin. If you were to sit in a room alone, no music, no TV, no distraction, and turn out the light and close your eyes, are you okay sitting there with yourself? Are you okay being in silence with yourself, spending time with yourself? Or do you always need to have distraction around, other noises around? Silence is, I believe they say, golden. I don't understand what that statement means. So it took me a long time to be okay to be by myself. And not just by myself, but within my own company. To feel good about going out and doing things with nobody else but myself. And I find now I actually need that space and that solitude time in order to center myself even more. So if you're finding that you're struggling with being by yourself, might be a time to check in and see how you can love yourself more. Number 8, you are grateful. You are grateful for everything that is happening in your life, even the things that aren't super shiny. Because it's a lesson, it's a learning, it's an opportunity to be better, do better, have better. It doesn't matter. You're grateful for everything. The little things to the very, very big things. And the really cool thing about gratitude is the more grateful you are, the more you have the more grateful you are, the more things show up in your life to be grateful for. It's just a matter of identifying it. As a side note, I actually keep a journal, and every night I write everything that I was grateful for in my day. And what I have found since starting this practice about a month ago is that, one, I have a really easy time finding things that I was grateful for, even on days that nothing spectacular happened. Like I got up, I sat in front of the TV, I maybe cleaned the house a little bit. At the end of the day, I'm like, I got out of bed. I had breath in my lungs. I have a roof over my head. I was warm. I was cozy. I got to have time to just decompress and relax. There's so much we can be grateful for in our everyday. Number 9, you are happy when other people are achieving. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not a little envious or that you don't wish it was you. But you are still the cheerleader of those around you in your circle that are succeeding at the things they want to be succeeding at. You're that cheerleader on the side of the line going, you go. You are awesome. You do this. I have a couple of girlfriends who are amazing. They're making amazing leaps and bounds within their businesses. And I am so excited for them. I'm excited for the growth that they had to get to where they're going. And I'm excited because I know that when I need them to cheer me on, they're there to cheer me on too. There's a saying that it doesn't matter if you come in first or last place. There's no such thing as the race. And I was like, what does that really mean? There's no such thing as the race. Basically, it just means we're in competition with no one. It doesn't matter if your best friend or your worst enemy are, doing things that are exciting and fantastic. In the end, you're in competition with absolutely nobody on this earth. So if that's the truth, why aren't you cheering them on? Finally, one of the last check-ins to see if you're loving yourself fully is, great things will happen to you because you deserve great things to happen to you. Also, AKA putting positive energy out into the universe. This one took me a while. I knew I deserved great things to happen to me, but I didn't trust that great things were going to happen for me. And it was once I started being more secure in myself, loving myself more and more each day, going through my checklist and going, okay, am I being grateful? Am I cheering on other people? Am I taking care of myself? Am I asking for what I want? Yeah, that was a big one. Am I asking for what I want? And once I started making sure that I was following those steps every day, every week, every month, things started showing up. The universe provided for me the things that I was asking for because I was putting out the energy that I deserved it. I knew that great things were going to happen. I know great things are going to happen. And so they do. I'm struggling a little bit here. So, okay. There's a lot to be said about self-love. And I know how difficult it can be loving yourself exactly as you are, all your faults, all your imperfections. I also know that it's possible. I know this because I have spent nearly 46 years learning how to love myself. And in the last few years, with all the training I've done, with all of the exercises I've done, with all of the growth that I've done, I know it is possible to love yourself like the divine great being that you are. So today, I just want to say, do one thing, just one thing, that shows yourself that you are worthy of the love that you have inside of you. That's it for me today. Take care, be good to one another, and love yourself a lot more today.